battle has just begun!
Hey, welcome to another exciting sexual... another battle. We got another one. I can't believe it. Okay, we just had the one battle, and then we had another one. It's amazing. This is the same poison spam team that I used successfully in the previous Wi-Fi battle video. I've swapped up some things. Now, swapping out Mamoswine, many would call me a fool, because Mamoswine is just so goddamn useful. It's fast, it hits hard, it's the best rocker in the format currently, lots of stuff like that. In fact, this version of the team forgoes Stealth Rock entirely. But what I do have is Priority Draining Kiss Comfy with Leech Seed for just kind of general douchebaggery. It also has max defense, so it can deal with ground types really well. And we have Salazzle, which is going to run the Poke-Aim Toxic Sub-Disable set, which, you know, like, you don't have to call it the Poke-Aim set. Someone would have eventually made that set, because Sub-Disable is a really easy combo. I mean, Gengar could do it really well. Why not use Salazzle? You know, it's faster than Gengar, stuff like that. But yeah, Salazzle shines in this battle quite a lot. I'm very proud of it. I'm absolutely stunned, actually, because the first time I tried using it, it just died like a bitch, and then it didn't do anything. But and then I gave it this Sub-Disable set, and all of a sudden, hey, this guy is toxic stalling like a champion. So he's gonna lead with Garchomp. I'm going to lead Salazzle, just in case he wanted to lead with something that wanted to take a Toxic to the face. And he's just going to go Earthquake. I'm going to make a little bit of a hasty switch, just throwing Jewels right in front of that Earthquake. I don't really take it as well as I would have liked, not having defense investment. But with the defense boost and leftovers, I know I can hit him with an Earthquake and rest afterwards. Because if he attacks me in return, my defense will go up even more. And so my leftovers HP will count even more, and that will allow me to rest. I just had a hunch that I could beat this Garchomp, so I could reliably threaten it out, and I did. Slowbro comes in, I go for that Earthquake. Does a decent chunk for Slowbro, and not having attack investment. I'm not really sure how much, Mudsdale, that's his name. I'm not sure what his base attack is, but he's bulky as all sin, and he's really fun to use with Rest Talk. I'm gonna switch him Comfy here on his Calm Minds. Now he's going to use his Mega Stone, and he's actually Mega Slowbro, so that's pretty cool. Kind of surprised by that, but Mega Slowbro's cool. It lacks recovery, but it's cool. And lacking recovery is going to come in very key, because that Leech Seed chip damage is going to be a pain in his ass. Like, this entire team is just evil. Like, this entire team, like, it looks innocent. Like, it's like, oh, these are the fun little squishy new Sun and Moon Pokemon. Oh, look, it's a fucking flower wreath thing. Oh, it's an anchor. Oh, but this is a toxic stall motherfucker team. Like, this team is evil. This team is straight evil. So now I got the Leech Seed. You're gonna see what Assault Vest, Max Special Defense, Sassy Delmise can do. What it's gonna do, it's gonna miss the Power Whip, which allows him to recover for free with Slack Off, which sucks. But you're gonna see how well I take a Psychic. I think a +3 Psychic? I'm not really sure where he's at right now. But yeah, Assault Vest boost with Leech Seed is just gravy. Like, it is good. So we're gonna go for that really cool looking Power Whip attack as he fires back with a Psychic. It does a little over half, but with Leech Seed, I'm in a really good place, so I can definitely stay in and fire off another Power Whip, even not having to worry about the miss, since I gained so much health back. He kind of realizes this, doesn't want to lose his Slowbro, I guess, so he's going to switch out into Turtonator, which is a very cool Pokemon that I would like to train at some point. Now, I could have been the ballsiest trainer in the world, stayed in and gone Earthquake, but I'm going to switch out to the Funk here. Even though him Shell Smashing is fairly obvious, this Pokemon doesn't have access to a lot of cool moves, and Shell Smash is probably the coolest move it gets. Even though its speed is like 25 or something, it's like 25 or 35, it's really dismal. So his White Herb is gonna, stuff. He's gonna go Dragon Pulse. Look at how well I take this. Like I'm running Mixed Defense. I'm running Bold Nature with Max Special Defense, and a lot of the time, if you run like a split defense like that without leftovers, you cannot really take hits as well as you want. But for some reason in this specific situation, I'm just walling the ever-loving fuck out of his team. Again. So, we're gonna protect on that Dragon Pulse just to get more douchey damage. Now I'm definitely gonna switch out, get that Regenerator health, and go into Eddie Baby, who is by far the most expendable Pokemon here. I was predicting a Dragon move, he goes for it, that's great. That's a free Poison turn right here, that's what I need. Now, I'm gonna go for Calm Mind, and Calm Mind doesn't get the triage priority, because it is not a healing move, but I thought maybe it did. I don't remember. So I click Calm Mind and then get obliterated by Overheat. But that's alright. That's 2 free turns of toxic damage. That means I can just Baneful Bunker for the kill. And that Turtonator threat is gone. He actually goes for Shell Smash, maybe hoping that he'll live on 1 HP or something, but even in my mind, I knew that the poison damage racking up, it was going to be enough. Like, you know how you play Pokemon enough, almost like, Xenon spoke about this a while ago, but you play Pokemon enough and you just can feel it. Like, you don't need to calc it, like, you've just seen it so many times, it's hard to describe. So Magnezone out here, I don't really want this Pokemon to take damage that it doesn't need to take. So I'm going to go into Popeye. Even though I know the Flash Cannon move, it would be cool to stay in on that, it wasn't really worth the risk. And my super specially bulky Assault Vest set can take a hit. He could have gone for another Flash Cannon, but if he didn't knock me out, I do pack the Earthquake. So I guess he doesn't want to risk that, and he's going to Volt Switch into Garchomp. So Garchomp's going to take an Earthquake. It's going to do a nice chunk. It's going to do nice. Nice little chunky chunklet. Now, Popeye has pretty much served his purpose here, and on the chance that it was going to Sword Dance, I decided to leave it in, just fire an Anchor Shot or something, just in case Power Up misses, just get some extra damage. But now, the Serial Killer's here. I actually scare out his Garchomp. I wasn't sure if I could scare it off, or if he would call the bluff, but I am modest Mega Alakazam. I wasn't willing to calculate the damage of a modest Max Special Attack Psychic against a Garchomp with like 75-ish% health, but I had a kind of a weird hunch that it might knock it out. Especially since I believe Garchomp has higher defense than special defense, so you can kind of target it out. He's just going to switch his Mega Slowbro in, and it dies to that Psychic. And that means Mimikyu is here. Now, I don't want to take a Shadow Sneak, so we're going to go back to the Funk, who has the Rocky Helmet. Because once you get Toxic on, Infestation plus Rocky Helmet is absolutely devastating. So much damage. It's like, it reminds me of Ghost Curse almost, with the amount of damage it does. I'm gonna go Toxic Spikes here. In retrospect, that is actually a really helpful play, but I should have gotten Toxic first, because it's really important to poison someone as soon as possible, just so the turns of Toxic accumulate faster. Like, I just lost a turn of Toxic because I Toxic second. I should have used my Spike afterwards, you know what I'm saying? But in the grand scheme, I guess it doesn't matter that much. He's going to go for 3 Sword Dances here, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to go for Infestation to get some extra damage and to break his thing, his disguise. Yeah, break the disguise. Now, what I don't know, and I'm about to find out, is he has the red card, which means I'm going to get shuffled out. Which doesn't really bother me, to be honest, because I get health back. And as long as I break the disguise, I don't really care. So, he's gonna shuffle me out, and then take some nice poison damage. And I'm like, you know what? Looking at the team, he has no ground resist pretty much at all. I want to keep my horsey alive. Gonna go back into the funk on that predicted play rough. And, yeah. That is max, I think that's max attack play rough from Mimikyu, and it just rolls off the back of this monster, the Funk. Absolutely disgusting. I'm gonna go Baneful Bunker just to get more poison damage. This team, does this team, like, do you watch these videos and are you like, ew? Are you like, ugh, this is disgusting because it's so evil? So he's gonna go Destiny Bomb. This is actually hype as fuck. A Destiny Bomb to knock me out. What he doesn't know is I don't have... Well, I do, actually. I have an Infestation. That's my only attacking move. But I decided to go for Toxic Spikes instead of Infestation. So that means I got both layers up. Which also means he's going to be coaxed to bringing his own Toxapex in. And this is great for me because I have a hunch that Salazzle can take a Scald from that Pokemon, so I want to switch in Salazzle as soon as possible. For some reason, he doubles out into Zone, but Zone isn't really great for him. I decided to stay in and potentially get knocked out by Thunderbolt or something, just a Toxic to break it sturdy. Just because, you know, getting rid of Magnezone is really helpful, but he actually just switches into Garchomp here. I'm not really sure what his logic is, but maybe someone in the comments can give me some idea. But he's switching around like pro Pokemon players do, and he just takes a Toxic to the face. And now, this Salazzle is going to show its set. Now, the nickname for the Salazzle, I nicknamed it after my friend and roommate, which coincidentally is who I named the Noivern after. But it's just like, these Pokemon are like... They are basically the essence of like her personality or something. It's hard to explain. It's weird. But yeah, Salazzle for Adamantix, that fits well. So I'm dicking around this Garchomp here. I guess he switches out knowing that a Disable may be coming, but he switches into Toxapex, man. Like, this is the one thing I want to poison. With my ability, I can poison a poison type. This is actually happening. We are using Salazzle's ability effectively because of this Disable and Substitute set. It's really cool. And yeah, just as I thought, I am able to take a Scald because, thankfully, if Toxapex had good special attack, it would really be a huge pain in the ass, but thankfully it doesn't. It just doesn't really hit that hard. So I am able to just take that water hit, go for Toxic, and then, you know, disable. I can disable the Scald as I've just done right here. And that's just really nice to be able to pull off a disable like that. So that is a free turn of poison, and I'm definitely keeping this Salazzle for later because he has a Magnezone and lots of other Pokemon. I outrun his whole team actually, so like it would be great. So what I choose to do actually is sub here just to get more damage, more toxic damage, more toxic turns. Yeah, that's right. Because I knew I had enough health for the sub. And he just switches in Garchomp now. This is not really going to work out for him because the last move I'm packing is Overheat, just for these situations where you want to do some extra damage. Kind of, you know, like, you might say, hey, why aren't you running Venoshock? But it's like, fire coverage on teams, like, just having fire coverage is really important, because steel types are just so powerful, even though steel types aren't very prevalent in a pre-bank meta right now, except for, like, Magnezone and stuff, but, like, yeah, that's why I'm not running Venoshock, but the temptation to run Venoshock is very, very large, but I think Overheat works better, just because stab fire moves are just good in general. I did think about running Fire Z with Overheat, because I think it produces a 195 base power fire move, which is pretty redonkulous, but this Toxic Stalling set is definitely the best set, easily. So I am able to knock out that Garchomp with a couple of resisted Overheats, and now Magnezone's in, and I'm just gonna go Toxic. I know you have Sturdy. Like, I don't know you have Sturdy, but I've got a really big sneaking suspicion that I'm either going to A, miss my Overheat and die, or use Overheat and then you'll live by 1 HP anyway. So going Toxic on the Steel type is definitely the best play. I'm just so excited that I'm able to poison, and Steel types. Like that just thrills me so much for some reason, and just big hulking ground type in the back to support my ground weakness is just really nice, because he beats ground types 1v1 unless they have like Ice Beam or something. I don't know. So I think he's just kind of given up at this point. He's throwing around his Pokemon just to get hit by Jules' Earthquakes. But I'm actually surprised how much damage that Earthquake did, considering it is a Toxapex. So maybe he's specially invested. But yeah, Skull's gonna hit me. It does nothing. Max special defense is nice. Get that free defense boost. Nice. This is a long battle, but I'm cool with it. I hope you guys are too. I take out the Toxapex, and he only has one Pokemon left, I think, and that is pretty much gonna be game. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this team, this evil Toxic team, like when I used it before, it kind of worked. It worked well enough, but bringing Salazzle, that just adds an extra layer of douchebaggery. Because then Salazzle is able to poison the poison types, and then Toxapex can stall out the poison types while they're poisoned. It's like a multi-layered poisoning strategy. It's fucking crazy. Like, I'm way too excited about this. But anyway, I'm able to defeat Dan. A great battler, and after battling him here, we went on to play some Super Smash Bros. 4 3DS battles, which I actually want to upload, because we had a lot of really nice battles. So I might actually bring out a Smash Brothers video for you guys, which is weird. But this is super long. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, comment, like, subscribe. I'm out of here, YouTube. Bye-bye.